Good evening and welcome to Drake Stadium in Des Moines as we get ready for the USL League Two Central Conference Final here tonight. It's the Flint City Bucks taking on Kaw Valley. Dar Danielson with you here. Albert bringing you the play-by-play on CISN.TV alongside Justin Vorster. And joining me is Damir Muftari, the head coach of Flint City. And have you recovered from the heat and that hard game the other night, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, it was so hot. The players have recovered. I'm okay. You know, those guys had to do all the work out there. Yeah, we hope we've recovered. It was difficult, but, you know, difficult conditions for both teams. So we'll see, yeah.
And the best thing for recovery is when you pull out a last-second win, isn't it?
Oh, it always feels better to recover that way with the victory. And, you know, Des Moines is a fantastic team, and there's a lot of history between our two clubs, and we have a ton of respect for them. And we know, you know, it was a great accomplishment for us to get that result the other night. They're a great team, and we feel fortunate, and we're really looking forward to today.
Let's talk about that. That last goal that tied it up, there was a guy on the roster. We didn't see his number on there anywhere, and he was a backup keeper converted. Is that right? Explain that.
Well, yeah, it's not super easy to explain, but he's a really good player. He's played a lot of games for us in goal this year. Gustavo is a great kid. You know, we were running out of steam a little bit, and Des Moines is such a difficult team to play against, and we needed to make a change. And, you know, I think what he did that night going in and, you know, playing in a position that he's not overly comfortable in or doesn't play a lot, but doing what he had to do for the team is kind of, you know, sums up our team in a nutshell, to be honest with you. It's a really unselfish group of guys that sacrifice for one another, and we feel really fortunate to be here. And, yeah, what a play, right? I mean, highlight of his life on the field.
Yeah, he gets the wide open, great, beautiful pass there, and sometimes in that pressure situation, can miss hit it or overshoot it, but he put it right in.
Oh, man, what a finish. I mean, that's world class, and it was great. Yeah, that could have gone a lot of different ways, and for him to have the composure and the poise and the technique to pull off that shot and, you know, with the finish, it was great. And then he made one of the 5 penalties. So, I mean, what a contribution.
Well, we saw you and Des Moines matched up pretty good in your style, fast pace. At Kaw Valley in that game with Chicago, we saw they like to play at a little bit slower pace, and you kind of have to adjust to that tonight, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, Kaw Valley's a really good team. You know, we know we've got our hands full for sure. And, you know, I'm not sure if it was slower pace was because they played the earlier game and the sun was shining bright on the field. So I don't know if they did that as a style out of necessity. So, you know, we'll be ready. We feel good. We know that we've got our hands full, and it's going to be an incredibly difficult game. But, yeah, we've got a lot of respect for Kaw Valley and their organization, and, you know, feel fortunate to get the opportunity to play them.
I was impressed by the fan following and the number of people watching our broadcast online. So you guys have a good following. I'm sure they're out there tonight and ready. And whatever happens, this is where you want to be right here for the championship, isn't it?
Absolutely. The support from the fans and from Flint, and it's been amazing. It's been an amazing experience up there, and we're really happy. And wherever they're watching from now, keep sending us good vibes and good feelings, and we'll try and do our best for you.
All right, good luck tonight, Coach.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
All right, that's the coach of Flint City. We'll get the coach over here of Kaw Valley. He's coming on over as we get ready for the kickoff tonight. Flint City won in the kicks from the mark, penalty kicks in that matchup, scoring, as he talked about, the late goal. Kaw Valley also won in overtime in their matchup. And here we go. Here's the coach. Good to see you, Coach. And
I don't have that much time.
Yeah, well, we'll do it quick. And I know you guys had a little day to recover. And let's talk a little bit about tonight facing Flint City. What do you see? How do you see this match unfolding tonight?
First of all, we are very happy to be here. Boys did a great job qualifying to the final. I'm sure everybody knows this is the second season of Kaw Valley FC, and we already have great experience. And then the expectation is pretty high from the boys. Now we see the other side, a little physicality, probably older and more experienced guys on the field. But I think we proved our qualities. The boys did a great comeback at the extra time Friday. And we see some extraordinary performance on the other side too, because those goals are just big time, especially the third one from the backup keeper. We didn't know that, but
we didn't either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, my keeper, he's Brazilian, so they know each other and said, he's the backup keeper. I said, big time. I don't think any field player would touch the ball that way in that situation, but that was big time. So yeah, we are happy to be here.
Would you like to see that slower pace, or does it matter? What would you like to see tonight?
I want to see the boys enjoying the game and every second of this final, because that's probably the most important piece of the story right now.
Well, it could be the underdog. One team comes out and penalties to the market. But you guys won in overtime, so we have two teams that have knocked off the top seed, beat real good teams, and now it's a quality match for the championship.
Soccer is a different game. It's it's so difficult to tell who is the stronger side, who is a better team, who has better players, and who can win the game. It's possible. That's probably the most beautiful part of this game.
And when you come down and this close to the end, one play can make the difference, can it?
Absolutely.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach, and good luck here tonight. That's the Kaw Valley coach here. As we're getting ready for kickoff, a lot cooler tonight. It was 103 heat index for the games on Friday when they played, but much cooler tonight. Cloudy, overcast in the 80s as we get started. And we'll take a break. We'll come back and be ready to talk a little bit more about these two teams, get the starting lineups, and get it kicked off here in the USL League 2 Central Conference Championship.
Chevy's Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Up to $11,000 off or 0% for 72 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs and RSTs. 0% for 84 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Double Cabs. Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Get more for your trade-in, Waukee. Up to $11,000 off 19 Silverado HDs. Schottenkirk Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Ends June 30th. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore, and as winter finally lets go, I'm sure your thoughts are turning to outdoors just like mine. And we've got the furniture to make your spring and summer the best ever. We've got furniture from domestic manufacturers as well as imports, and I've got a lot of it in stock. We're showing 120 sets on the floor, the best we've ever had. Please come see us for your outdoor furniture needs at Fireplace Superstore. For great deals on great furniture, come to Fireplace Superstore.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
1% interest on your checking account is nice, but 5% is better. Boost checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union is better. Boost is a simple and convenient checking account that pays 5% APY on balances up to $10,000 when monthly requirements are met. You could earn up to $500 annually in dividends. No minimum balances, no monthly service, or per check fees. Start enjoying the better benefits of Boost checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. It's kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Good evening and welcome to Drake Stadium here on CISN.TV. It's a USL League 2 playoff, Central Conference playoff final tonight. Flint City Bucks and Call Valley.
Number 15, the captain, Charlie Booth. Number 1, the goalkeeper, Andrew Hannenberg. Number 17, Griffin DeVolt. Number 22, Reese Myers. Number 12, Omar Sinclair. Number 20, Braden McNitt. Number 9, Justin Ingram. Number 11, Yuri Farkas. Number 27, Javier Steinwasser. Number 25, Ayuk Tambe. And number 2, David Akarandio. Flint City is coached by Demir Musari. And now the starters for Call Valley. First, the captain, number 14, Christophe Urbani. In goal, number 77, Nicolau Neto. Number 24, Sam Gettings. Number 5, Jordan Salt.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? How are you?
Number 12, Lucas Bartlett. Number 19, Bryce Gibson. Number 18, Alex Durbin. Number 25, Ronan Knox. Number 10, David Ray. Number 22, Mason Visconti. And number 20, Pandelis Georgia. Call Valley FC is led by head coach Isvan Urbani. He is assisted by Tano Chiaparo, Christophe Urbani, Gordon Temple, and Colin Wiley. The officials for this match are Matt Miller, Ryan Cook, Brian Bauer, and Ryan Schwichtenberg. Fans, at this time, we ask that all who are able to, please stand and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
For each of these teams as we get ready for the championship matchup, Dar Danielson with Justin Vorster. And when you looked at it, the two top seeds, you'd think in Chicago and Des Moines Menace, they're probably their fans thinking they were going to advance to the championship, but the way it played out in the heat and the extra time and the kicks from the mark, it just didn't work out that way.
When you get to this stage of the playoffs, the tournament, or whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter what seed you are. If you're in the top 4, there's an opportunity for anybody to go through to the finals. And here you have it. You've got the number 3 and 4 seed that are in the final. Both teams, Call Valley and Flint City, did extremely well the other night. They withdrew. They took in a bit of pressure. They managed to come out as the winners. It went on all night, as you and me know.
Yeah.
I got home close to 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, it was a fantastic evening. They endured the heat. We should be in for an enthralling cup final today.
And talked about it with the coach of Flint City. He puts in the backup goaltender, Gustavo Vasconcelos, and we didn't even know, and he put on a different jersey what he normally wears, and made a great play on that pass out to the right that tied it up for them and sent it in, into the to the shootout, and just one of those coaching decisions you make sometimes on a hunch, or maybe you feel it's there, and he did, and it paid off.
I know. To be honest with you and me were up here going like, who's number 10? And we couldn't figure it out, you know. And eventually, I went on Twitter and I found it, you know. So I just think it's fantastic. You take a chance, and this game is about chances, you know. And the coach trusted the goalkeeper to go in. I mean, he had all these injuries. Trusted the goalkeeper to go in and do a job, just to try and see out the game. He ends up scoring the equalizing goal, sending the team onto a penalty shootout. And not just that, he steps up and scores a penalty in the shootout.
In the shootout, yeah. So it did a little bit of everything. So, you know, you could say, well, one team had the momentum, but the big overtime comeback lost, but then the other you know, the other one had a shootout win, so it's called, I mean, we're all kind of back to even footing once again, and that's the way it is when in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's how it goes. I mean, you know, we see this all over the world in tournaments and World Cups, and, you know, you always get the underdogs that might just squeeze through to the semifinals or the finals, you know, and here you have it. You know, Flint City Bucks have been around for a long time. You know, they used to be the Michigan Bucks. They were always a threat, and, you know, they were always in the playoffs. They were winning championships. You know, Core Valley have come in as total underdogs. Credit to the coaching staff. They've done a fantastic job there. They've put these guys together. They've molded them into a system, and they've done a brilliant job. And
neither one of the coaches really wanted to talk much about the pace, or how they, obviously what they thought for strategy, but it seems like if it went the way it went the other night, Call Valley will try to control it a little more and maybe slow the pace, you think?
Yeah, I think they will feel each other out to start off with. I have a feeling Flint City might go at Core Valley to start off with. You know, I think Core Valley might just drop in and shape up and just see what Flint City are all about as the game gets underway.
Yep, here's Flint City kicking it off, getting it started here at Drake Stadium in Des Moines. A much cooler night tonight than we had for the Friday semis, as it drops back to Pannenberg, who had a good game in goal for Flint City the other night. And they'll just build it up here.
See, Flint City have shaped up same formation as they did the other night in a 4-2-3-1 with Ingram coming into hole.
Over the middle, they look to shoot it in there for Javier Steinwasser. And headed up by Call Valley. And they get it back to the keeper, and he'll boom it out of there. Up ahead again. Turning is Acarando, as there's a push from behind. Foul called on Call Valley. And Call Valley gets it into play here. Taking it up is Roman Knox.
See, Core Valley set up same as they did the other night in a 4-2-3-1, and off the ball when they drop off into a 4-5-1 formation, making it very difficult for the opposition to find any passing lanes.
Lamar Sinclair sends it up to Steinwasser, bound back. And Flint City continues into the middle, looking for Ayuk Tambi. And then a foul called on Flint City. And they'll get the free kick here, just in their own half. Trying to send it outside there, knocked down by Flint City. And now up ahead quickly, looking as he headed up. There was a teammate in the middle, but nobody outside. Steinwasser looking. He'll drop it back again. And Gonna move it up ahead. A little pressure there. Flint City being very patient here in the early going, aren't they?
Yeah, very patient, just trying to get a feel out of Core Valley's press. Just everybody getting a touch on the ball. Ingram needs to calm down.
He gets into it there, and official comes in now, a little pushing, and all of a sudden,
it must have been something malicious because Ingram really did retaliate there. But this could be definitely a yellow card. Ingram shouldn't have really turned around and put any hands on him.
And Urbani came running in there for Kaw Valley.
Urbani being the captain, coming in to calm things down.
And now the center referee talking with the AR over there to see what he saw. And looks like he's going to bring the two players over and talk with them here. So far, no card.
I think this is a great decision of the referee. If he's just going to have a chat and not give out the yellow card this early in the match, because then you've got to see out the rest of the game and you've got to be really careful. I think that was good refereeing.
Yeah, and then, it's a championship match, so things are intense a little bit here, and he just calmed him down and said, hey.
Yeah, the adrenaline's flowing. You just, the nerves are going. You just got to calm the nerves down. There was Tembe putting a press up there on Bartlett. Notably, Tembe has replaced Borzak up front. The one change for Flint City today. So I was actually very impressed with Tembe the other day. I thought he played really well when he came on as a sub.
Came on and played well for them in reserve, and that was important with the heat of that game and having players come in. Now a little pressure up ahead by Flint City. Farkas up there as it dropped back, and they'll get it back to the keeper, Pannenberg.
Myers and Booth at centre back for Flint City. Both did a sterling job the other night. A pillar of strength back there.
In the middle, battling for it, knocked down. Sent out of there by Durbin.
I'm still reflecting on that goal, that equalizing goal in injury time by Gustavo was an absolute belter into the top corner. I just can't get over it.
Yeah, and right in motion on the run, wasn't it? It was just. And then Ingram with the steal and then the perfect pass across. Yeah, it was a stunner in the way it happened.
Yeah.
Kaw Valley trying to knock it out of there. They do off of Farkas, and they'll throw it in. Kaw Valley in the gray. City in the red and blue uniforms there. I like those uniforms. The red sticks out and the yellow numbers are easy to see, aren't they?
Yeah, that's true.
They set it up long. Nacarando back there, battling against Gibson.
Again, you got Gibson and Bartlett at centre back, the 4 and 5. Or bad touch, and it's given away.
Goal!
As I'm talking about the two centre backs, Bartlett just gave the ball away with a bad first touch. And Flint City just latched onto that.
Goal scored by Flint City's number 11, Yuri Farkas.
Farkas with the score in the 8th minute.
So Farkas just latched onto that. Bartlett's touch was going back in towards pressure. He might have just, basically should have opened up onto his left foot and taken it away.
Back to action. That'll stay with Kaw Valley. And drives it up deep over toward the left side, and that'll go out for a goal kick.
Not the start that Core Valley wanted this early in the match. But they still got some time to claw their way back in.
Yeah, and as we saw the other night, they came back. They trailed and came back.
Yep, they've shown they can do it.
Times.
It was a bad error by Bartlett at the back. It was a setup for Farkas, who just put it past the goalkeeper, Nicolan.
Flint City. Down and sends it across, headed toward the goal on the high. Steinwasser off to Acarando.
The good ball in. Steinwasser was unmarked on the far post.
Acarando delivered it into him. The header goes a little high. Drop it back. And now they go over to that left side. Headed out by Caw Valley. Battling for it and inside. Leaves it across the goal, but a little too wide, can't get to it. It was Steinwasser. Farkas back across. And Flint City retains possession.
Well intercepted there by Archerandio.
Up over the top, looking again. Trying to clear it out. And Tamby was trying to head it back to his teammate over there, the Bull. Caw Valley finally clears it out of there.
Flint City Bucks showing some really good shape in their build-up off the ball, some great attacking shape with some movement up front. Steinwasser just moved into space, demanding the ball. He had about, if he had it on the half turn, he had about 10 yards on the back line.
Now over on the left side, and the flag is up offsides on Flint City. At the top, they're kind of rotating the top guys in there, that middle, aren't they? They're looking to get it in there and get some action going.
Yeah, they're playing the 7 and 11, the two wide players, they come inverted, which is fantastic. They try and draw the left back and right back into the game, bringing Jordan Salt in to follow, especially Steinwasser when he comes in. And then based on what side of the field is, one of the wide players will come into the hole. So there's always passing angles of Tamby, which is great from an attacking transition, especially in a counter-attack.
Here's Caw Valley. Taking it up the side. Still getting it through the defense, and then it's off. That'll be a corner, the first corner of the night here. This one for Caw Valley. It's a good job to press the issue there.
Yeah, Visconti did Papa Georgiev did very well there down the right. Good work rate, forcing the corner.
He was in and then headed out. No. Caw Valley will to send it back in, and Flint City drives it out of there. David Ray will drop it back to the keeper, Nicolau Neto. Bartlett sends it up. And defender right back there.
Yeah, Booth did well.
Booth.
Just backtracking side on.
And there's a push down by
Visconti.
Call Valley. Yeah. Referee talking to Call Valley again here. And we're ready to play. Still knocking around a midfield. Tried to clear it out, but Visconti comes up with it. Call Valley. And then taken away from him by Ingram. Up to Farkas.
Farkas with lots of space ahead of him.
Farkas, guy on each side, on each wing, sets it up to the left side. Back in, goal! Temby. In the 15th minute.
Well, Farkas dropped into the space, collected the ball on the half turn, ran at least 15 yards, wasn't closed down, nobody stepped and pressed. Temby moved off the shoulder of Gibson to the left-hand side. Lovely pass by Farkas. Temby driving in onto his right foot and putting it past the goalkeeper, Nicolan's left hand.
Let's see the replay here. As you see him come up, Temby on the left side, gets it, and sends it right in. And that was, it's hard on the defense when you have two guys running right. He had his pick of go right or go left with it.
Yeah, I feel at that point with the back four dropping off, at a certain point, about 20 yards out, 25 yards out, one needs to press.
And make him make a decision a little quicker, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
and then just be aware, maybe force him one way. I mean, if Temby drops off the shoulder of Gibson to the left-hand side, maybe force him to the right. But Temby did well, dropping off the shoulder of Gibson, finding himself some space, a couple of yards, did well cutting inside, and a lovely strike. Good technique on the finish.
Flint City goes up 2-0 here early, and that one on the free kick, knocked around, cleared out by Flint City.
I tell you what, the fans in Flint City are probably going nuts at their watch party, aren't they?
Well, and he said they added a couple watch parties.
Hopefully they're bouncing up and down right now.
Yeah. Talked with Dan Duggan, and general manager and owner, and he said they added a few more today. So hi to everybody in Flint City watching today as they go up early. Now Farkas goal and Temby goal here in the first half. And
I mean, 2-0 early in the game. I mean, yeah, this happens. I mean, 2 goals is nothing really. Call Valley can get themselves back into this, get 1 goal, 2-1, they're back in the game. We've seen this happen before.
And it looked like they were really trying to press it, get it outside, and attack and get something going there.
Yeah,
But
we don't want to assume anything at this point, but Flint City do look very good.
bring it over to Salt. Knox back into the middle. Urbani sends it outside. And it'll stay with Caw Valley. And Flint City now trying to Move it up ahead. They'll just knock it out. That'll go out. As you said, there's a little sense of urgency, but not, you can't go so hard that you make mistakes and then let them have a quick, come back on you and get Flint City. You have to.
Right, and on that point, it looks like Corvallis are going to make a change. I see Busquets on the far side there, and he was dangerous the other night up front. Looks like he's going to be coming into the game after 18 minutes.
After a quick start for Flint City, and there'll be another corner here for Corvallis, their second. Swing it in, and just a little beyond the reach there of Salt.
Salt just guided the ball past the far post. Looks like Gettings is leaving the game.
Biscuit will come in. And that'll stay with Flint City. In the 20th minute here, 2-0 Flint City.
Busquets was good the other night. Showed a lot of promise.
And then a foul called, and Flint City will get to restart. The free kick here. Send it to this side. And now back to the other side. Farkas battling back there, and he gets called for the push. Corvallis will take the free kick. Put it back in play. David Ray sends it over. Trying to move it up against that Flint City defense. Now Flint City takes it, breaking back the other way. And the keeper knocks it away off the Farkas shot.
Tempe made a great run into the box, with Steinwasser dropping in, cutting back towards the penalty spot. Farkas decided to go for goal. Nicolan just parried it out for a corner.
Flint City's first corner of the match. There we go, swings in and slapped out of there by the keeper, and then driven way out.
McNitt trying to volley it with his left foot, didn't quite catch it right.
Salt headed up but couldn't control the high pass there. Throw in, and Macarando drags it out. Quick counter the other way. It's going to go long though. Biscuit. Pannenberg drives it up ahead. Knocked down by Salt. Up the outside by Visconti. Visconti sends it across, gets in, and the defender And there's a goal!
Well, that was brilliant from Visconti down the left-hand side.
Bisquet got it, didn't he?
Well, Bisquet called for it early. Bisquet got the ball into his feet. Didn't quite get the shot off. He tried hard to get it off. And then I believe it was Ray that came in and finished it off for the first time strike with his right foot.
So now it's 2-1. So
How are you, buddy?
right back in it is Caw Valley. And
straight back into the game.
And then a little push in there as Bisquet looking for room but gets called for the push.
But all the legwork done by Visconti down the left-hand side. Getting past Sinclair with ease. But again, Bisquet's putting in some grind work in the box. Didn't quite get the shot off. It was blocked, and then it was a fantastic piece of work by Ray coming in on the follow-up. And 2-1, that puts them straight back in. Caw Valley straight back into the match.
Caw Valley will throw it in on the far side. And now on the attack again. Just about snuck it into the middle.
Bisquets is a good change. He'll cause problems. I mean, he's a dangerous player, definitely. Can be a defender's nightmare, but you know, Visconti showed his pace down the left-hand side, and if they can maybe get the ball to him a little more often into his feet, taking on Sinclair, drawing a centre back out of position, could definitely open up things inside the 18-yard inside the penalty area.
So Pannenberg ready to take the free kick here. And that goes out on the far side.
I just told Blaine.
And Caw Valley
Oh, you should have been an NFL kicker.
will get it back in. Scotty tried to get by the defender. It goes out though, and it'll stay with Caw Valley. Salt to throw it in. Got it into Bisquet and then back to Ray. And that goal kind of re-energized Caw Valley a little bit now. They're coming up and pressing a little more. As Flint City goes back on the attack here. Sinclair sends it in. Now into the middle and over. And he's looking for Steinwasser in there, but
it's good defending. Caw Valley have players around the ball.
Bisquet gets by, lobs it over. Goal!
Would you say that's good coaching?
Yeah, I would say. You put in a guy, you need a spark.
But the goal came from nothing. The ball was actually very good defending by Caw Valley, got numbers around the ball. And then the counter-attack going forward, played him behind the Bisquets. The goalkeeper was caught in no man's land, Pannenberg, and then Bisquets just lobs it over his head and just sees the ball into the back of the net. Now we're at 2-2. As I said earlier on, 2-0 is nothing.
Yep, let's see the replay here. You see it taken, and then the pass up. Bisquet, and then just lobs it over the top there and into the goal. And quickly, Caw Valley has tied it up. It's hard for us after what we saw the other night. You know, you think 2-0 is normally it's it's hard to come back on that. But with both these teams in the games they played, we know right now nothing is impossible.
Core Valley proved it the other night, and they come back. They've got the character and the personalities within their squad to do this within the game. So I mean, they're doing well. It's 2-2 now. We're in for a cracking match. Hopefully, it's been a cracker so far.
Acarando mishandled that when it goes out. It'll be a goal kick here for Nicolau Neto for Call Valley. Call Valley now working it even up. 2 goals within 4 minutes each other, and after Flint City got 2 goals within 3 minutes of each other here in the early part of the match. The Central Conference playoff final here. That goes out to Flint City.
Well, at least the fans that are in attendance today will be entertained. 4 goals already in it.
Yeah. And the ones watching, I'm sure, are enjoying it. But again, too, as you said, you make a coaching move and you're searching for something early. You don't want it to go from 2-0 to higher, and you bring in a guy and boom, right away it just turns the tide, the momentum there.
Yeah, these are little changes in the game. I mean, you can put it down to the substitution. That was a change in the game. It's been effective. Busquets has been involved in both goals.
Now he's out there chasing on the ball as Flint City looks to bring it up. Knocked away in the middle there. Looking back in for Bisquet, but
it was good by Myers.
Yep.
Outstretched right leg of him across his body just to intercept the pass.
Turn it around. Ingram. Booth sends it up. Farkas with it on the far side. Push it to the corner, battle for it. And that'll be a corner.
Acarandio did well.
Now what is he? Oh, he's probably
calling. He's
calling
just brought
the
it
foul
back
out here.
Yeah. He's brought it back.
He pointed to
yeah,
to the corner at first, and now he's calling it back. Okay, so
there was no advantage to the initial foul, I believe. So he's brought it back.
So really a free kick, but just a little farther out, set it from the corner. In a dangerous spot still for Caw Valley. Kick lobbed up over. Booth tries to get in there, but it's knocked away by the defender. And here comes Caw Valley. Tried to send it up. Was Durbin, but now Flint City. And interesting to see how they respond. You're up 2-0 and thinking, okay, we got it in hand, and now all of a sudden you're back even again. So
yeah, I mean, it starts over and
up ahead by Farkas.
Got to figure things out now. But I don't think the game plans change. You know, the first goal that Flint City scored was off an error. Second goal was off a good build-up in the counter-attack.
Up ahead, Bisquette looking for it, and tries to draw something with a pirouette.
Myers just been caught out of position, been sucked into the space. The balls have been played in behind him, drawing Booth over to pick up Bisquets.
And Flint City gets it in under pressure, and it'll go back to Call Valley. Bisquette trying to go, and Visconti trying to kick it off the Flint City player, but they say no. It'll go back to Flint City. Into the 35th minute, tied 2-2.
So they scored the equalizing goal. Bisquette's found space in between Myers and Booth. They've just got to watch him off their shoulders. Watch the ball. Watch the player. That's the key. Always checking your shoulder.
And now they had it up there and headed back. Farkas keeps it alive, and then Salt picks it off for Call Valley.
A good tackle there by Bartlett.
Booth comes up to take control for Flint City. Ingram sends it up ahead to Tamby. Knocked out to Call Valley.
I've just noticed Bartlett calling his backline to step up. And Bartlett and Gibson are stepping. But he needs Gibson and he needs Durbin and Salt to step at the same time. They've been caught 3 yards behind.
Flint City turning again now. Out to Farkas on the right. Trying to lob it up in there. And Steinwasser couldn't get to it. It's picked up by Neto. 36th minute here of the first half. Over to Salt. And he gets fouled by Tamby. Call Valley quickly puts it into play.
That's a good ball by Knox.
And that stays with Call Valley.
Papa Georgiev couldn't quite find a way around, but ball went out for a throw-in. Durbin with a long throw.
Backing everybody up in there. Good throw. And Salt tried to come back, but
just didn't quite connect.
No, and he was covered well.
Yep, well covered. Caught the outside of his boot, went out.
So now the goal kick by Pannenberg. Back down, lobbed it up. Bisquette trying to run it down, but cleared out of there. And Booth. Flint City sending it to the outside. Sinclair.
Good cover by Visconti.
Sinclair sends it across. Oh,
There's a handball there.
yeah. Looked like it, but
Yeah, there was definitely a handball. I think it was off Gibson. The flick on by Vargas was... The flick on by Vargas was definitely stopped by Gibson's hand. He had a good point.
coach trying to argue it. And there's the throw in. Call Valley. Salt with it. Drops it back. Viscotti. Bartlett sends it wide out to the right side. Knocked down there. Good pass.
Georgiev on the ball.
Oh, try to get it back in.
That was a fantastic diagonal ball by Bartlett.
Looking for Abanye, and Bisquette was in there too. And the comeback.
Was Ray just didn't connect it. That final ball in by Papageorgiev. It was a great first touch by Papageorgiev. First touch just going past the defender. DeBolt.
And right through the middle. Oh, just a little too much on it.
Bartlett getting sucked into the midfield there.
Yep.
Temby finding space and drawing Gibson with him.
Call Valley back. So we're in the 40th minute here of the first half of what's been a wild first half so far. Booth back there defending and clears it out. Well, early on it looked like, oh, we could be on the way to a Flint City cruise through here, but Call Valley comes right back to score two to even it up.
Yeah, I had a feeling that Call Valley were going to come back into it. I mean, they've just got too much character and personalities in this team. You know, that will guide them through. And obviously the change has helped with Busquets coming into the game.
Throw in inside. Booth knocks it down and cleared out of there by Steinwasser. Call Valley. They've been having success going up that right side and bringing it in.
Enjoying a little piece of the possession here.
That'll stay with them.
So they win a free kick on the far right-hand side.
That was the thing against Chicago. It seemed like Chicago possessed the ball so much more in that game, but Call Valley just held in there and scored when they needed to. An extra time, and this one lobbed up over there, headed back, and it'll be a goal kick.
Oh, that was close. Yeah. Papageorgiev was pushed in the back, but it was going out for a goal kick.
Ray headed it in there and gave him a chance to get at it, but
another dangerous ball played in by Bartlett, this time with his left foot.
Now Pannenberg will set it up for the goal kick. Both these keepers have been busy early too, haven't they?
Yeah, been very busy today. But they've had a busy weekend, put it that way.
Yeah. And that one goes out to Flint City. Steinwasser tries to turn it in, and it'll stay with Flint City.
And Coriando Dio was just fouled there as he tried to turn.
Up at Georgiev back there defending. Drive it up toward the middle. Farkas over his head. Farkas turns and gets it high over the goal.
Just came off the knee of Salt, setting up Farkas. But he was off balance, leaning back, and it was always going to go over the bar.
Call Valley puts it back in play here heading in toward the 44th minute. And that goes out to Flint City. Drop it in there. Tried to sneak it up the sideline, but cleared out by Salt. And that'll stay with Call Valley. Salt will throw it in. Steinwasser steps in, takes it. Farkas drops it back in there and was looking for Tamby.
Nicolan did well coming out to smother that ball.
Farkas just kind of used the back of his foot to tap it ahead, and Tamby almost got to it. The keeper came out. And a foul called.
Busquets came over the top as Sinclair went to clear that, but didn't quite catch him.
Into the final minute here of regulation, the first half. We'll probably have some added time on. I don't know if we'll see the 5 minutes that we saw Thursday.
No,
some of that was...
I don't think so.
Partly due to the breaks I think they took for water. This one up through, gets through, and nice defensive play by Booth.
Great touch by Booth. He needed to get a foot to that because that was a fantastic ball played in by Banya. In for Papa Georgiev. Fantastic inverted run. Getting inside his defender, DePault.
He ended up being a corner, but it could have been a one-on-one with the keeper there.
Yeah.
And Booth gets the foot on it. And now the third corner for Call Valley here. And we'll see what they say on the extra time as we're through regulation here. With the corner. Lobs it up over the head of Booth. Salt knocks it down. Taken away. And then off of Salt, I
The
think.
ball just landed at Salt's foot. He hesitated. He was like, wow, what do I do with this one?
And now he'll throw it in. At least a minute of added time, I believe. So not a lot here. So Call Valley looking to take their first lead here late. That one headed back and just got by.
Well weighted throw in by Durbin, flick on by Busquets, and just eluded Papa Georgiev at the far post.
And that'll do it for the first half and what has been a wild first half here in this the playoff final, the Central Conference playoff final, and I guess that's what you expect out of the final. Both teams added here. Flint City took 2-0 lead. Call Valley battling back, and at the half we're at 2-2. Let's take a break. We'll come back and talk some more about the first half after this on CISN.TV.
Milwaukee Chevy's Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Up to $11,000 off or 0% for 72 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs and RSTs. 0% for 84 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Double Cabs. Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Get more for your trade-in, Waukee. Up to $11,000 off 19 Silverado HDs. Schottenkirk Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Ends June 30th. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
1% interest on your checking account is nuts, but 5% is better. Boost checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union is better. Boost is a simple and convenient checking account that pays 5% APY on balances up to $10,000 when monthly requirements are met. You could earn up to $500 annually in dividends. No minimum balances, no monthly service, or per check fees. Start enjoying the better benefits of Boost checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Here at Drake Stadium in Des Moines, USL League 2 playoff. It's a Central Conference playoff final. We're knotted up 2-2 at the half. Flint City out early with 2 goals. Then Kaw Valley comes right back, scores 2, and that's the way we stand at halftime. Joining us here at halftime, the owner of Flint City, Dan Duggan. And how do you how do you sit there and watch that, man? It looks like you get up 2 and you're, we said Kaw Valley, knowing the history, you can't count them out, but then boom, they turn right back around here. So I guess a good old match fashion kind of boxing match, throwing punches and taking them and countering and all that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly what we expected. We didn't expect to be up 2-0, but you don't get to this level of play with the quality of teams, especially in the Central Conference where we in Kaw Valley compete, and Des Moines as well, without having a character team. And you got to deal with adversity. It's a long season, and if you can't come from a 2-0 deficit, you're probably not going to get to this level. So we know they have it in them, and they got a lot more. So just like we were the other night, you and I sitting here at halftime with the tie game, we're second half team. So I like where we are. I don't like how it started, and I don't like how they tied it up. It was a game of errors, wasn't it? They made a couple of errors, we scored. We made a couple of errors, they scored, and that's what good teams do.
And when you got a couple of good coaches, we know at the halftime of those games, they're going to make some adjustments, things they saw. They're going to talk to the players, and that's always a big key too, isn't it, how they adjust?
Yeah, that, and what's really going to be the key to this game is going to be the second half substitutions. The Bucks have got some players coming off the bench, and I'm sure Kaw Valley does. We don't know that much about them, but it's going to be who can get this done between the 70th and the 90th minute, so hopefully it doesn't go to another 30, but if it does, it does. And I know we've got some firepower, and we've been a second half team, and we know they're not going to back down. So I think it's going to be a wide open game, and I think you're going to see more goals.
Yeah, speaking of that, the early sub by Bisquette coming, bringing him in, that kind of got a spark for Kaw Valley, and then he's right away on the 2 scoring plays for them. So it's all the coaching and the things you do as the match goes on, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a handful, and I don't know why he didn't start or what the strategy was, but give their coach the tip of the hat because it worked. So we've got to contain him. But really what you saw was we had more of the chances in the first 20 minutes, and I don't know if we got complacent or we just took a nap or whatever, but boom, boom, they tie it up. And so now we got to see the Bucks got to show some heart like they did the other night against Des Moines and pretend like you're down a goal and come out with some urgency.
Yeah, you had a couple watch parties, and you told me even some more watch parties tonight, huh, for this?
I got to tell you, this is crazy. Thanks to Dordt Federal Credit Union, who sponsored the 2 Buffalo Wild Wings parties, which were in Flint and Genesee County the other night. But we've got them up in Beulah, Michigan, at a place called the Corner Pub, and I heard last night there's one in Albania, if you can believe that, at a place called Bubba's, where they've got over 150 of the Muftari family out drinking and watching the game. It's close to midnight there. So our support has been phenomenal. Our team, our fans would love to see the team win. We did put in a bid to host, so if we're fortunate enough, maybe we could get another home game. I know that's what everybody wants, but at this point in time, we just want to live to get through this next half and be able to play next weekend wherever it is.
Yeah, and who knows? Hopefully, I hope it won't go to overtime, but
you don't get paid for that.
That's all I'm saying. But appreciate it, Dan Duggan, the owner of Flint City Bucks here, and it is halftime, 2-2. We'll take a break and be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
MidAmerican Energy and you, together partnering to change the energy landscape by pioneering money-saving, energy efficiency programs and building a new industry in Iowa, wind energy, all while keeping your rates low. So what's next? We'll keep delivering cost-effective energy efficiency programs while putting money back in your pocket. That's right, you decide how best to spend your savings. That's a partnership good for you, good for the environment, and good for Iowa. Another way we're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
1% interest on your checking account is nice, but 5% is better. Boost checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union is better. Boost is a simple and convenient checking account that pays 5% APY on balances up to $10,000 when monthly requirements are met. You could earn up to $500 annually in dividends. No minimum balances, no monthly service, or per check fees. Start enjoying the better benefits of Boost checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy's Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Up to $11,000 off for 0% for 72 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs and RSTs. 0% for 84 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Double Cabs. Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Get more for your trade-in, Waukee. Up to $11,000 off 19 Silverado HDs. Schottenkirk Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Ends June 30th. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
At Drake Stadium in Des Moines on CISN.TV, it's the USL League Two playoffs. We're in the championship Central Conference playoff final here. Looking for a champion of the Central Conference. And Dar Danielson, Justin Vorster started out Flint City in the 7th minute. Got a Yuri Farkas goal off a miscue there by Kaw Valley, bringing it out. Then at the 15-minute mark, Tamby put him up with the second goal there, and they were up 2-0. Then about 9 minutes later, David Ray at the 24th minute scored for Kaw Valley, and then Bisquette scored their second goal in the 28th minute to tie it up 2-2 in a back-and-forth matchup here. And Justin, let's talk about your analysis of the first half.
Well, I tell you what, I'm not going to predict a winner. Yeah. That's what I'm not going to do that this
Not
time.
At this point,
No, because Kaw Valley just have something about them in that organization. I mean, they've come from nowhere, did really well in the conference to get through. Playoffs were fantastic against Chicago United, pulled off the win there. Today they've been 2-0 down in the first half, and they come back, clawed back into it with I would say a really good change that has made a difference. Bringing on Bisquette up front, and he was involved in the first goal, scored the second goal. but not taking away credit from the rest of the side that have worked hard, also behind the ball and winning the ball and in transition to go forward. Flint City they've shown some really good strength going forward. I just think defensively they need to do a little bit better watching Busquets. Also Visconti out on the left-hand side for Core Valley. They need to watch him as well. He's got a bit of pace, as he showed going past Sinclair and slinging the ball across for the first goal. And then Papa Georgiev on the right-hand side has had 2 opportunities where he's broken down the byline and he's cut the ball back a couple of times, which has caused problems, and there's been opportunities there. I think this game can go anyway.
Yeah. Dan Duggan, talking with him, he said, I think it might come down to substitutions, late, and I think he's right in that too. That
maybe bring on the goalkeeper.
Well, yeah, but they did have a day to recover, but they both had really long, matches in the heat, and he had a day to recover from that, but that's still got to wear on them a little bit through this, and who recovered the best, and and who can. And that may have been why Bisquet didn't start the match. Maybe they were thinking of bringing him in a little bit later, give him a little more time to rest, but it worked out well there. But that could be a big factor in those substitutions late here in the match.
Yeah, I think that was the case with Busquets. He played a full 90 and went into extra time, and they had to take him off because of cramp. And I think that was probably the idea with him today, was to bring him later on into the game, possibly in the second half. I just think that there needs to be a little more mental concentration as well. For example, Bartlett on the goal, just a little more mental concentration off the ball. When Core Valley step out, the line steps out together, no players are left behind. Playing Tembi or Steinwasser on side, or Farkas as well. So there needs to be that cohesion and that mentality with the movement between the lines. I think also what Core Valley need to do is watch for players like Farkas coming into the hole, like he did in the assist on the goal. He came into the hole, collected the ball on the half turn, and he had 15 yards of space to run into. Though it's a communication piece into the midfield for one of the holding midfielders to take care of him, pick him up, or one of the centre-backs has to go with him if it looks like he's going to get the ball. If he's not going to get the ball, pass him on. But that's a communication piece that needs to come from the back line.
Oh, they're out warming up here, getting ready for the second half here on CISN.TV. We appreciate those of you watching for the Call Valley side, and then from Flint City as we bring you this matchup. We have a lot of fun doing the Menace throughout the season, and it's been a pretty good, obviously a good season for them. They undefeated until they got to that game the other night, but this whole league has been, and the coaches talk about it, it's so close and tight, especially when you get to this point in the playoffs that, and I think there's a lot of respect for these players. They know each other and stuff, so it's just a lot of good, fun soccer, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do in the season. Core Valley came in second. Flint City Bucks were 4th seed. You can go unbeaten in the whole season. It's what you do here on the day, and that and that's bottom line.
Well, and it is much nicer to have an overcast, cloudy, cooler day.
Oh yeah,
and even for us. We're only calling the game, but it's a little cooler here in the press box where we're at too.
Well, I think it's a lot easier for the players today.
Let's do this. Let's take another break. We'll take a quick break, and we should be back ready to start the second half after this on CISN.TV.
Milwaukee Chevy's Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Up to $11,000 off for 0% for 72 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs and RSTs. 0% for 84 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Double Cabs. Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Get more for your trade-in, Waukee. Up to $11,000 off 19 Silverado HDs. Schottenkirk Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Ends June 30th. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Back at Drake Stadium in Des Moines, the USL League Two playoffs. It's the Central Conference playoff final, ready to kick off the second half, knotted up 2 apiece here. Caw Valley on the left of your screen in the gray uniforms. Flint City in the red and blue here. Dar Danielson, Justin Forster with you. And I probably shouldn't even say this. I see clouds out there, but I was watching the British Open this morning, and man, it was raining like crazy during that. They had to play through some heavy rain at times on the golf course there. But
as usual.
Yeah.
Rain as usual in the UK.
And cloudy, but no rain here right now, and we're set to go with the second half. Flint City going up 2-0, and then Caw Valley battling back. And here we go, Caw Valley. Booth drives it back. Caw Valley knocks it down. And now we'll play it up from the back. Look to get it up quick off the kickoff, but Flint City drove it back. Durbin drops it again. And Bartlett doesn't like what he sees, so he'll drop it back to the keeper.
Yeah, he had no options going forward, so it's good to just build it up again. Start. Players can reshape.
Bartlett now. Now trying to
2v1 on the diagonal.
And foul called there on DeBolt. Gets Papa Georgiev.
The diagonal ball is dangerous with Papa Georgiev and Durbin down the right-hand side, near side, with causing a 2v1 against DeBolt. It's something they've looked at in the first half.
Here's Caw Valley with the free kick. Lobs it up toward the middle, and well defended there. And Caw Valley was calling for a touch, and the referee agrees.
Looked like it came off Booth's head.
Yep, just a bit.
A good touch because Bartlett was right in behind him.
So it'll be the corner right away for Caw Valley. Had 3 corners in the first half. Flint City just 1. And they'll set it up. It's coming inside right there to the feet of Ray. And now it'll be a free kick for Flint City. Goal kick, rather, is it? Kick up the right side. Trying to go up there quickly. Esquette sends it in the middle.
It's a good start by Caw Valley.
Visconti looking for some room there. Now they'll come back over here. Papa Georgiev on the outside, but he's offside.
Durbin, first his touch went onto his arm, so I think it's a handball.
All right.
Temby managed to win that.
Yeah.
Him and Farkas were coming in for the same ball.
And it'll be a free kick for Flint City. Right down the middle here. Ingram to line it up. Just drops it back. I don't know, they're going outside, but nobody over there. And Farkas battles for it and drops it back. Or excuse me, that was DeBolt.
Yeah, there's a little bit too much on that ball by Knox. Asking a lot of Busquets. But Sinclair had that covered. Pannenberg, the long ball forward. Busquets picks up in the middle of the field, looking for Papageorgiev. DeBolt closing down. Blocked. DeBolt manages to clear his lines.
Farkas well to keep that alive and then draws the foul.
Ogbonna just fouling him there.
Just a little slower start here to this second half. Oh. Oh. He pulled the red out, but he meant the yellow, and he gives the yellow to
Gibson.
Gibson gave him a scare. But you're supposed to keep the red in the back pocket, the yellow in the front, so that doesn't happen. But he
thought he'd won the royal flush there for a
yeah.
minute.
He pulled out the red and looked up and realized that he had the red instead of the yellow, and gives Gibson the yellow. And now Ingram will set up for the free kick. And right into the keeper.
Nicolan looking for the quick counter-attack. Farkas just delayed him.
Oh, there's Ingram. Ingram had that key steal and pass to tie it up late. Now outside.
Sinclair with the overlap.
Trying to take it into the middle. Excuse me. I'm catching what you got.
Yeah, I wish whatever I have goes away.
I spent too much time with you lately.
I
All
know,
this
that's-
overtime and stuff.
I think that's the problem, Don.
Yeah.
There's too many late hours up here in the press box.
Yep. And that one's going to go out back to Call Valley. As Ancarendo was trying to run it down, but
Good challenge there by Sinclair.
here comes Flint City. Lob up over and just.
Yeah, it was good defending there by Bartlett, and Gibson just closing down the angle.
Yeah. Tamby was coming in and they got into the middle there, didn't allow him to get to it. Flint City will throw it in again. Oh, just a little wide. He got a foot on it. DeBolt, but now Tamby battling
with Durbin.
And he gets called.
Durbin did well there to shield the ball.
Durbin held him off. And DeBolt, he had to go out wide just to keep that ball in and in play there. So he didn't get a real good pass on it, but you get it up front and maybe somebody could do something with it. Here he comes here. Steinwasser drops it back. And Myers tries to go across to Tamby.
That was a foul by Tamby.
Yep.
On Durbin. He's gonna have a talking to now. It's gonna
and
be
there's
a
a
yellow
yellow
card
on Tamby. So now a yellow on each side. Gibson got one for Cobb Valley. Tamby now for Flint City. And back to action here.
Oh, Gibson with what we call a hospital pass. Needed to put a little more weight on that ball back to his goalkeeper. Nicolan wasn't too happy.
Tamby settles it now. Gets it outside to Farkas. Farkas still with it. Drops it back to Steinwasser. Steinwasser lobs it up over. Goal!
Well, that goal came out of nothing.
Wow! Off the right post and in. Steinwasser.
The question is, was he going for goal? Was it a cross? But I tell you what, they all count. It was a fantastic effort. Nifty piece of footwork by Tamby, finding Farkas. Farkas showing some great skill here on the left-hand side, drawing the ball back into Steinwasser, who just dinked the goalkeeper with a lovely left-footed ball.
And let's see the replay here. As he comes out, he kind of settles it. Works it, gets the room, puts it to the left foot, and right off the post there. I think it was a shot because the only other player was back a ways and wasn't even running on when he took it. So Flint City goes up again here, and it's 3-2.
Temby's got an injury. It looks like he's going to go off.
So and looks like is that Nasser? I think going to come on for him.
Yeah, number 16,
Yep.
Nasser.
Will come in. And Tamby will go off.
Looks like Tamby is carrying an injury.
And he's done a good job up front. And now back to action here. Call Valley finds himself in a familiar place here, but they've responded before, coming from
Well, they've been used
down
to being a goal down and
and they've been
fighting
used to the
back.
whole.
They've been in these situations before
Yeah.
and fought their way back.
So we'll see what happens here. Oh, good job there by McNitt to keep it alive.
Carandio made a great run into the midfield. Was looking for the ball from Steinwasser, the goal scorer, earlier.
Up over looking for Farkas. Farkas gets a left foot on it. And
it's a foul outside the box, and it's a straight red card.
Red card.
Now this is a talking point.
Yep.
I mean, was he going for the ball or wasn't he? That's the question.
So that's
here.
on the keeper, right?
Yeah, red
Yep.
card on the goalkeeper. Farkas managed to get his foot to it. The goalkeeper was late
And
took out Farkas. Now this is a talking point. Is it a straight red? It was 1v1 on goal. There was last defender.
Last
so
defender,
I think the referee has this right.
as you call it an official dog, so whether it's all where they're at. It's a last defender, and so
A red card has been presented to the Kaw Valley FC goalkeeper, number 77, Nikolaus Neto.
and so
It'll be very interesting to see because we have some top-notch referee
Referees
assigners
here,
here
yeah.
at the stadium who are assessing. I think it's Miller who's the head, the actual referee tonight. So it'll be interesting to see. But I'm going for a definite red.
yeah, and that's one of the hardest things too, because you're used to the keeper coming out and doing a lot of stuff, diving on that ball or going after it, but it's all in how he attacks that guy coming in. And so
Yeah, and it's, they've had to make a substitution, so a field player's gone off. It looks like they've taken off Visconti, the centre forward.
Now a goal for Kaw Valley FC.
And the goalkeeper Wands has come in, so now you've got Kaw Valley playing with a man down, 3-2 down, in a situation where they really have to claw themselves back into this game. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how these two teams move forward and shape up.
And so who is the keeper now?
Wands. Good save.
Oh,
and a
Wands,
sweep.
yep.
Oh, what a save by Wands.
Wands comes right in and makes the save. Okay, I see you. And now there's a little.
It's out of control now.
Yeah. And the card's going to come out again, I think.
Trainer comes on. He was hit pretty badly. I think the referee gave a yellow card. We're trying to figure out which player. Everyone's getting involved here.
And still got a Kaw Valley player down. And that's Bisquette who's getting up. And did he issue the yellow or?
Yes, he did. He pulled the yellow out. Yeah.
To Ingram, I think, got the yellow there.
Also for Kaw Valley FC, number 22, Mason Visconti has left the game to serve the red card.
Visconti's gone out. So here comes Kaw Valley.
Yeah, Flint City Bucks just need to keep their cool now.
Playing down a man with the keeper out.
I tell you what, that was a fantastic save by Wands. His first save of the game on the free kick.
Right.
And then the rebound with Booth coming in, I believe, on the rebound. And it was just cleared away. But I tell you what, Wands down to his right-hand side was a fantastic first save coming in.
Wands boots it out.
At least we've had some fireworks in this final so far. 5 goals in it, a red card.
And it'll be a throw in for Call Valley. When you look at the minutes, Wands isn't even the keeper who's played the second most minutes behind Edo on the season. So I don't know if the other guy is available or isn't available, but they brought Wands in, and I had him down for only 6 minutes of game time coming in and
Could
2
he be
games
the hero
played.
of the day?
Yeah,
if
2 games
Valley
played.
Clawed their way back into this game.
They made a save to keep him within 1 now. At Flint City, Steinwasser. We're trying to sort out all the paperwork and who went where.
Flint City will have the extra players so
Yeah.
that they can push the wide players a little further forward in Sinclair and DeBolt.
Oh, good defending there. Back up ahead, lobbed it over. Headed out of there.
Bartlett with a header. And ball by Sinclair's. Ray tried to flick the ball past him.
And now on the free kick off the handball. Call Valley. Once again looking to fight back. But find themselves down a man. DeBolt throws it into Ingram. That's the menace the other night. They had a red card and had to play, they got it to overtime and then the shootout, but
this is where character comes into the game, and Core Valley have got the character within their side. To do this within themselves, individually and collectively as a team.
Durbin.
Looking for Busquets. Run off the ball.
Yeah, Busquets will throw it in.
Eager to get this game on the way.
Lobbing it up over there looking. Poor Busquets.
He worked so hard. He got lovely ball played in for Busquets, who got in between the 2 defenders.
And ends up getting a corner out of it.
Got in between Booth and DeBolt. But yes, he worked hard. He got a corner out of it. Persistence paid its toll.
And Urbani will take the corner here. First corner of the second half. Or excuse me, second of the second half for Call Valley. Kick right across. Oh, and the keeper goes up.
Well taken by Pannenberg.
Yep, right.
So he goes to ground.
Went to the high spot and got it right in front of Bartlett, who was coming in looking to try to head that into the goal. And now Pannenberg will put it in play. Referee says, let's go. Get on with it. And that one.
Steinwasser with a up and under.
It looked like a handball in there. Barkas comes away with it. Looking outside for Nasser.
Nasser tried to check back into space to get that ball at feet. He wanted it in between the two defenders initially.
Goes off Bisquette out. And he throws the ball right back to Bolt. Things are a little chippy out there right now, aren't they?
Wants him to hurry up, but DeBolt's in no hurry, being 1-0 up.
Steinwasser sends it
Final
up.
pass didn't find Sinclair. This could be a problem.
Call Valley. Up ahead. And that'll be a corner. Mm-hmm. Another corner for Call Valley.
Call Valley are really persisting. They play the quick ball in. Oh, the referee says no.
He was still talking to Steinwasser, so he wasn't ready.
Yeah, he wasn't watching for it.
So he's calling in captains that says knock it off, basically. As they're ready for the corner. Swinging in. And just
fantastic save.
Kept over.
Salt
Salt headed
the
it
ball,
in.
nodding the ball across the box, and Bartlett with his fantastic header just going over the bar after the keeper's save.
And the corner again. Salt trying to head it back in there. Still kept alive. Call Valley drops it back, lobbed it up. And Bartlett trying to get in there, but the keeper knocks it down, and now
infringement on the goalkeeper by Bartlett.
Yep. But that was beautiful, as you said. Salt heading it over across. And let's see that again here. And now, free kick again. So Call Valley, a lot of action down there, unable to even it up, but getting their chances here. 3 corner kicks here in the second half. And they throw it in. Looking up the sideline. And they draw the foul over there.
Call Valley throwing some extra numbers forward.
Comes in and pushed out of there. Keeper comes way out this time.
Commanding his area.
And Myers is down for Flint City.
Yeah. He was actually taken out by his goalkeeper on the punch.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like they're signaling for the trainer to come out there.
Well, while they're tending to him, let's take a break here. We'll get reset and come back. It's 3-2 Flint City over Call Valley on CISN.TV.
1% interest on your checking account is nice, but 5% is better. Boost Checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union is better. Boost is a simple and convenient checking account that pays 5% APY on balances up to $10,000 when monthly requirements are met. You could earn up to $500 annually in dividends. No minimum balances, no monthly service, or per check fees. Start enjoying the better benefits of Boost Checking from Dordt Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA.
Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy's Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Up to $11,000 off or 0% for 72 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs and RSTs. 0% for 84 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Double Cabs. Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Get more for your trade-in, Waukee. Up to $11,000 off 19 Silverado HDs. Schottenkirk Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Ends June 30th. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back in Des Moines, Drake Stadium in Des Moines. It's USL League Two playoffs, the Central Conference playoff final here. Flint City leading 3-2. And we tend to the Flint City player. Back up, we're back to action here. As Kaw Valley, they were down 2-0, tied it up, now down 3-2, and have been trying to come back here in the second half to even it up. So far, Flint City has held. Kaw Valley's keeper, Neto, went out with a red card. And so they're playing down a man up ahead.
That could have been dangerous.
Yep.
Good cover by Gibson. Getting the ball back to ones and goal. Clearing his lines.
Nasser almost had a one-on-one look at it there. And there's a foul called against Flint City. Steinwasser.
Yeah, he tried to get past Durbin, I think. Tried to get past Salt on the far side, but he put his arm around him and brought him down.
And there's Durbin, drops it back and right into him. Farkas attacks that ball and almost wins it away. As Knox is still down, he finally gets up. Ingram. Now working it up. Flint City in the 76th minute here with the lead. Go out wide and headed out of there.
Looks like Lerich is coming into the game. He was quite dangerous the other day out wide. Looks like Knox is the substitution.
Yeah, Larry did some good work for them in the comebacks.
Yeah, he did. He was pretty dangerous. He was a threat. I remember that against Chicago.
Kaw Valley FC substitution. Entering the game is number 21, Ignacio Loren. He replaces number 25, Roman Knox.
Back to the keeper. And they're going outside for Biscuits, excuse me. And
DeBoss just managed to get a foot to that out for a throw.
And now he's limping.
That is painful. When you get stepped on your metatarsal, it can be rather painful.
That's in the foot, right?
Top of the foot.
You can't use these. You can't use these high medical terms with me. You got to say.
Just call me Dr. Forster.
Yeah, Dr. Forster. And not making light of the injury, but he's walking off. It is painful. You get stepped on the top of the foot there. Here's the throw. Headed back by Biscuit. Now in lobs it up, and a little too deep there as the keeper gets to it, but Durbin.
Pannenberg, with his outreached arms, managed to pull the ball in.
And that'll go to
Looks like Bentley's coming in
Elliot Bentley, yep.
for McNitt.
Flint City Bucks substitution. Entering the game is number 6, Elliot Bentley. Exiting the game, number 20, Braden McNitt.
And a trip there will be that'll go against Flint City. At first he pointed the other way, but
looks like Bentley's just slotted into the left back position.
Call Valley now.
Just looking to see if Flint City Bucks have changed their shape with 11 minutes to go in this game. So back 5. DeBolt comes back onto the line defensively. It looks like he's going to push into the midfield.
And that'll go out to Call Valley.
Not a particularly good clearance by Pannenberg.
There's Durbin. Stay with Call Valley. Looking for somewhere to go with it. Decides to go toward the middle, but Booth heads it out of there. And kept alive by Ray. Oh, that one almost snuck through there, but
well read by Myers,
yeah.
stepping in to win that ball. Nasser on the counter attack now.
Here he comes, has a man on the outside, but defender Durbin got back.
Well, Banier just managed to get a toe to that.
So it looks like Dylan Borzak is going to come on for David Acarando for Flint City.
Borzak started in the game on Friday night. So he's obviously taking a rest today. He's a good player. He's slotting out on the right-hand side. Just
looking for Skett up there. Oh, he got a foot on it. Almost.
He's looking for something out of that.
Yep. And he goes down holding his right foot. Had to try to trap it on the run and get it something off, and couldn't quite get the lob over the top. Call Valley now. Again, being aggressive.
Yeah, 5 across the line as Booth clears.
Back to Wands, who came in when Neto went out with a red card. Quickly had to make a save to keep this at a 3-2 match. Tried to slot it through there to Bisquette, but a little too much. And now we'll get that substitution here, I believe.
DeBolt's going off.
And Markovic is going to come on. Or Markovic.
Yeah, Markovic has gone into left back position and Bentley's moved up onto the left hand side.
Substitution. Entering the game is number 28,
Bentley comes in there, knocks it away. Steinwasser gets it back up to Nasser.
Bentley with the overlap.
And they'll drop it back to Booth. Sends it up. Outside to Steinwasser. Steinwasser. Oh, just
nice bit of skill that worked out for him.
Looked like he left it short, but it wasn't. Now back, Ingram.
Ingram decided to shoot, hesitated,
and
just possessed.
Now trying to come back quickly out to Biscat. Biscat, take it toward the middle. Looks out. Oh, tried to get it outside, but good defending there. Back over. And across and knocked down. For Lyric.
Ingram wins a free kick off Gibson.
Well, Call Valley saw an opening there, tried to react quickly, but defenders got back. Batley sends it up. Farkas can't run onto it as a defender right there.
Bartlett just managed to get his head to that.
Call Valley will turn it around and attack the other way. Draw the foul.
Referee pulls Myers in. Looks like he's going to give him a yellow card. Foul from behind.
So the third yellow given to Flint City. Yellow and a red handed out to Call Valley. The red against the keeper. Sent Nicolau Neto to the bench and brought Wands in. Reese Myers with the yellow card. And the free kick now. Lob it up over and got in there.
There's
Gibson.
Cleared away.
But Gibson didn't have much room to do with it. Now it's cleared back out. Nasser.
Dangerous interception there. Very good by Obani.
And
Farkas was gone if that ball was through.
Over to Steinwasser. Looks outside to Borzak. Drop it back to Steinwasser.
Flint City slow it down. 4 minutes left.
Borzak pushing in.
Good skill by Borzak. Referee put his whistle to his mouth. I think Borzak was looking for it.
And a foul will be called on Flint City. And another substitution by Flint City, looks like.
There's a player down on the far side. Kamara.
Flint City Bucks substitution. Entering the game is number 7, Damani Kamara.
Damani Kamara coming in for Flint City.
Looks like Farkas.
Farkas has gone off. He's had another good game for them.
Yeah, he has. Goal scorer of the first goal.
So into the 88th minute. Call Valley. Biscat. Into the keeper. Knocked away.
Biscats is such a danger. He took that ball down well and struck it with his right foot. Good save by the goalkeeper, Pannenberg.
And a throw in for Caw Valley. Going into there and right into Pannenberg. Able to go get that one. 89th minute now. We'll have some extra time with the injuries.
Probably looking at an extra 3 minutes.
Kamara keeps that alive. Sends it outside to Bentley. Bentley. Crossed! Oh!
Great chance there for Nasser. He should have put that away. Good work by Kamara and Bentley. Filtering something out here on the left-hand side. Nasser should have done better with that. That would have been the nail in the coffin for sure if that would have gone in.
Call Valley stays alive. Wands boots it out deep. Coming to get it. Bartlett heads it up. Battling for it. Call Valley keeps it alive. Bartlett.
Bartlett's pushed forward. They're throwing everything at them now. Call Valley are. The 10 men win a free kick. That was well drawn there by that man again, Busquets.
So, in the final minute here of regulation, getting everybody inside the free kick, trying to.
Are we going to see an injury time equalizer?
I wouldn't bet against it. What we've seen
After
so
what we
far,
saw the other night,
yeah,
that's for sure.
Far side, off the head for a post, or
That was-
off the for a corner. Excuse me.
That was fantastic there by Booth. He needed to get his head to that because Salt was lurking at the far post.
Call Valley will put it down, or Banye sends it in. Oh, just over the head there, and a battle for it.
It's going to be another corner.
Another corner for Call Valley, their 5th corner here in the second half. As we're now into extra time.
The fourth official has indicated at least 5 minutes.
5 minutes of extra time at least.
There's still time.
So plenty of time for Call Valley. Let's see what they do here. Swinging in. And the follow-up is just wide.
Salt just mishit that with his left foot.
Puts his hands to his head.
Disarray.
Yeah.
No, Pannenberg can put the ball down, get his team organized, get them out.
You know, that's one thing we've seen in these matches. Very few times where you get it set up where you you miss there, you know, but that was just one where you in a hurry trying to get it into the goal, but they have plenty of time left here. 5 minutes of extra time. Call Valley trying to even it up again.
Call Valley are
It
really
looked like a
pressing.
handball there, but Call Valley comes away with it. And
It looks
they'll
like
keep
they're
it.
playing with 12 players, not
Yeah.
not 10, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're down a player and they're still just all over the place. Playing to keep this one going. Bartlett lobs it up. Knocked out of there by the defender.
Everyone up, jumping up for it. It's that man Gibson again at the back. Sorry,
Yeah.
Myers clearing the ball.
Now on the far side, working it down toward the corner, and there's a foul called.
That's very, very well played by Borzak. Taking the ball to the corner flag, forces the foul. Now he's going to clear some minutes off the clock here.
Taking his time to get up.
Very good game management. Now he's just going to take his time.
Couple of minutes into the 5 minute extra time.
Flint City Bucks have got some players. They've got 6 players now behind the ball in the middle part of the field. Not committing any players forward. Just got Kamara in the box. They'll probably just play it short. I saw that happening. It was well played there by Core Valley. That ball should have been played back, not forward.
Drive it up. Biscuit trying to run it down. And that'll go back to. Oh, they're going to say Caw Valley.
The linesman.
But, the linesman. And the center overruled him, which is his prerogative. And Flint City will throw it in. A couple minutes left in the extra time.
I've got about 2 minutes left.
Yep. wide and
just hits Durbin on the back of the head.
Yeah,
he was for a throw in.
He was looking anywhere he could to run that down and keep it in play, but a little too wide for him.
Kamara did well closing down.
Send it over. Gibson drives it ahead.
A little flick on there by Durbin.
Busquets trying to get
going
it
the other way.
Yep. And it stays with Call Valley.
They're going to look for a long throw. Wanza's going the goalkeeper. Now he's been told to stay. Tembe is the only player for Flint City Bucks on the halfway line.
Comes in. Bartlett drops it back out. Now they'll lob it in. And defender heads it out of there. Try to turn it. Lob it back into the middle. Settles it. Tried to, but nope. Defender gets on him.
Counter-attack.
Kamara.
Ingram
over
to his right.
Ingram.
Kamara breaking.
Yep. Ingram and Kamara. Coming out. Goal!
And that should be it.
Kamara sends it home.
Well, that was always going to happen if you commit players forward, allowing that counter-attack. Tembe and Kamara, two players with a lot of pace. A 1v1 situation. It was a great finish by Ingram in the end, just planting the ball into his bottom left-hand corner, Wanza's right-hand corner.
And really nothing, Wands could do about that. As you said, you get everybody pushed up, and then if they didn't make something happen, the breakaway was there.
Right.
And now they'll just lob it deep.
I have 5 minutes time, allocated time up.
Yeah, mine says about that too. So it should be over pretty soon here. That'll go out to Call Valley. And set out again. Well, you can't say Call Valley didn't leave it all out there. As the final whistle blows, Flint City will take the final here, 4-2 over Call Valley. And
credit to Call Valley, they never gave up. The whole match, they were always in it. Even at 3-2 down, irrespective of the scoreline at 4-2, they showed some character. But I think at the end of the day, Flint City Bucks had some quality.
Yeah, made some plays, and credit them too. You get up 2-0, and Call Valley ties it up, and they did. They came right back. You didn't have to. It's one of those things where you could have just collapsed when they came back at you too. But
it looks like something's going on the other side of the field. Busquets getting involved with Sinclair. Might as well just leave it. Here you go. Yeah. They're starting to punch. It's not really what the fans want to see at the end of the match. Busquets threw a punch there. That should be a red card, even though the game's over. The referee needs to take control of this. He threw a punch.
And obviously things are heated and you're disappointed, but you need to shake hands and move on.
Some players are just volatile, and it's in the heat of the moment, don't like to lose. They're chirping back and forth during the game. Maybe something was said.
Well, let's take a break. We'll do that. We'll come back and wrap it up here after this on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Waukee Chevy's Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Up to $11,000 off or 0% for 72 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LTs and RSTs. 0% for 84 months on select new 19 Silverado 1500 Double Cabs. Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Get more for your trade-in, Waukee. Up to $11,000 off 19 Silverado HDs. Schottenkirk Summer of Chevy Sell Down. Ends June 30th. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
At Drake Stadium, the final here in the Central Conference playoff final. It's Flint City 4 and Kaw Valley 2 here. Darn Danielson, Justin Forster. Flint City started it off in the 7th minute. Yuri Farkas with the goal. Then Tamby in the 15th minute made it 2-0. But Kaw Valley battled back. David Ray in the 24th minute to make it 2-1. And then Bisquette in the 28th minute made it 2-2. Steinwasser, a beautiful shot off the left foot that went off the right post and in to put Flint City up 3-2 in the 56th minute. And then the Camara got a final closer there in the extra time, 95th minute, to make it 4-2 after Kaw Valley had pushed everybody up and had a couple chances to put it in there and even it up. But Justin Forster, we've seen a couple of days of just outstanding soccer here, and probably didn't expect anything less out of this.
Yeah, lots of goals, lots of action. Teams come back. I mean, it's been absolutely brilliant as you can see
Flint City there
Flint
celebrating.
City celebrating in front
overrunning
of the
our cameraman.
I think it's absolutely brilliant. For those of you down in Flint City and enjoying this, you can celebrate with your team and. A well-deserved victory, but give some credit to Kaw Valley, who never gave up. They were always in it. They were 2-0 down within the first 15 minutes, and deservedly came back into the game. They really did work hard. Some great changes. Busquets coming into the game, involved with the 2 goals. I think Flint City in the end deservedly go through to the national championships now. And
Dan Duggan said they've put in a bid to maybe host the next round. We'll see, and he's not sure what will happen with that. But anyway, congratulations to them. Congratulations to Kaw Valley. Also, Chicago and Des Moines. You and I do the Des Moines games. It's been a great season for them. You go undefeated, and some exciting soccer. Didn't finish exactly how they wanted, but it's been a season that we started freezing to death, and the top of the first match we did was so cold, and then the final ones are so warm. This one ended up being about right, but another good season here of soccer.
It has been, and the Des Moines Menace organization do a fantastic job just with the whole infrastructure. Carl Kraus behind the scenes, and then you've got Tylee Nunek, the general manager, and his staff, and all the way down to, the interns that do a remarkable job within the organization. They'll be back next year. They'll be back strong, and no doubt will be a threat. And hopefully, with the coaching staff and the players they bring in, they can move on to the next round.
All right. Well, thanks to all the crew, too, will help us put this on here in the heat and the cool and whatever came our way. And thanks again to Justin. That's going to wrap it up here. The final, Flint City 4-2, winning the Central Conference final here over Kaw Valley. And that'll wrap it up on CISN.TV.